Hi everyone. This is Vanessa, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the possible shoulder exercises that you can do for possible rehabilitation. I am not prescribing these for anyone, first of all. If you have your doctor's permission and your exercise sheet looks like something that I'm going to show you in a moment, then you have the potential to proceed. Okay. Now, with these exercises, I will try to type up this little description down here and place it in that description box that is in YouTube. Okay? And I will do everything that I can to demonstrate these with either a repetition count, the number that you should potentially do, okay, there it goes. There's like it was fuzzing out there. There we go. And this last one here. There. I know there's light all around. If I don't have all the lights on down here, then the camera does not pick up the exercises very well. It will fuzz some of it out, and so I have to have every light on that I have on down here in order to get it done correctly, so that it doesn't look like that I am sick and are all yellow. I did that one time and I was like, man, I'm not at all well. And then I realized it was the lighting in the room. I'm like, whoa, okay, gotta adjust that lighting. Okay, now, the first exercise, you gotta have the towel for this. You wrap it up. And this is just a regular kitchen towel. It's one that I think I got at the Dollar Tree or something. Yeah. Now, what you do is you tuck it under and you shove it into that armpit, okay? Now, those that have a difficult time lifting, you bend at the waist, allow gravity to help you. Hold it there and then let the arm relax. Now on this one, I'm sorry, we're going to do the other side, external rotation. So let me, sorry about that. Let me take you around to, yep, see my exercise area. If you got a little dizzy on that, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make you dizzy. Just wanted to be certain that I had the correct angle on this. Okay, that should be good. Now, what I'm doing here, the instructions show to have the tubing across the body like this. And this is maintenance exercises according to the paper. And with the previous one that I did, I had it here, which is going to make it easier. However, if you're just starting after an injury, then this is going to feel like this for the maintenance. So when you're beginning, this is going to feel super hard. This, once you have done some of the therapeutic exercises, this is going to be a little more challenging so that the muscle and the bone can recuperate, continue to gain their strength. Now, you're going to start in this, your elbows in a 90-degree position, so you're not going to be up here and you're not going to be way up there. So right here, for the women, it's under the bust, for most of us. And you're going to rotate this device with this arm in an arc, 180-degree arc. So, rotate around. Now, I have a medium tubing. I tend to be strong. If You cannot do it with this type of tubing. Do it with a light tubing or extra light tubing, okay? If you cannot go all the way out to that 180 degrees, if this is your stopping point, that's fine. I have no problem with you stopping at that angle. I'm not going to come to your house and knock on your door and, hey, I saw that you were doing this. Do it this way. I put these videos on here so that people can get a little bit of inspiration, perhaps, on what it is that they're doing at home. And so if they need somebody in front of them while they're doing it to just talk, to keep their mind off of it, that's fine. Okay, and on that set of exercises, or that one exercise, I should say, it said to do 10 reps in that arc, doing 2 to 3 sets, if you didn't get it when I put the paper up there. That's what it is suggesting. And do those exercises 3 times a week. Now the next one I'm going to have up against a wall here. And I have some dumbbells already up against on the step here. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Yeah, and I'm going to get in front of the camera. And I'm going to drive us up there. You ready? All right. Right about, let's say there. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to belch like that. Now, I want to make sure that you see my arm. So I'm not going to worry about having my feet in the picture at all. Okay. Now, for this exercise, you're going to want a wall to do this on, okay? The next 2 exercises, one, your arm pushing against a wall, and the other one, your arm doing this motion here, okay? Now, I have a single dumbbell, 2 pounds, it's this little purple one here, the label fell off, and a 3-pounder. If you do not have a 2-pounder, I would say, or if you cannot do a 2-pounder, if it feels too heavy, go with a 1-pounder, or they have half-pound dumbbells, or not dumbbells, excuse me. Those of us that do ankle weight or wrist weight exercises, if you have removable ones where there's a half-pound weight plate, then you could do that. I would suggest you just use a 1-pound dumbbell to start, or start this way, ball up your fist, the affected fist, and push it into the wall, holding that for 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Notice mental how the arm felt. Remember how it felt. Think about how it felt. And think, well, could I add weight to it? And if the answer is, well, it didn't hurt, then add a 2-pound or a 1-pound. And push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe, yeah, hold for 10 seconds. That's what I thought. Now, for most people, you're going to feel the intensity of this when you push into it. You're going to feel the intensity of it. Even with the 1 pound, sometimes with a 2 pound. I was able to get my client Janet with a 3 pounder and doing it this way. And yeah, her arm was her shoulder. It was on fire at the end, which meant it was working. The next exercise, it's weighted range of motion exercise. Okay, it's ensuring that, one, you can have full range of motion doing this, and on the next, coupled with that, ensuring that with the weight in your hand that you can elevate something that has a little bit of sustenance up over your head. And it's ensuring that when you do those types of activities where you're reaching up into the cabinet to put groceries away, or you're wanting to play with the child, whatever it is that you're doing daily activities where you can reach up and put things away, that you can do that and have a small weight in your hand. So, what you do is you start here at the bottom, and I tell my people, the people that their doctors say, hey, they need to go through these exercises, I say, okay, give me the paper. I take them through it. Since I am not a physical therapist or physical therapist assistant, I am not. I've gone to school, I have some of the knowledge, but I cannot prescribe anything. Now, I tell them to tap this wall and to tighten the core, come up, take their time, and when they hit the top, they come back down, controlling. Tap it. So you need to hear 2 bangs, one at the bottom, one at the top. Good. And on this paper, it states to do it sets of 10. So, starting here, 1, and then 2. So when you do the bang 1, 2, if you're counting the number of bangs, it will be 20 bangs, or the 2 sets of 10 bangs. And the weight suggestion is 2 to 5 pounds, and the minimum pounds that I used was 2. The next exercise is range of motion, and it's on the floor. And yes, I will demonstrate it on the floor. Let me get some stuff out of the way here so that I can demonstrate it on the floor. Okay. I'm going to move the camera. Since I am the only one here, that's the scene that you guys are used to seeing. Tilt it down. There we go. All right. This is the last exercise on this video clip. Now, it feels so good to do that. Now, what we're going to be doing is the affected arm is going to lay on the floor. And this arm, the affected arm, is limp. The top arm, the other arm, does all the work. Okay? Now what you do, you have the arm in front here. Okay? 90 degrees. So, your torso is back here. If you need a pillow for your head, get one. I'm okay the way that I am. And so what you do, flop that arm down. And the only reason I say flop the arm down is when you have it up here, people have a tendency to contract the muscles, and that's in the opposition of what we want to do. So relaxing that arm. This arm does all the work. Pick that arm, the other arm up by the wrist. Overhand grip. So you don't want to do this. If you do this, you're not going to be able to get the range of motion. Do this. Take this part of your arm and bring it down to a 45-degree angle and bring it up. Down to a 45-degree angle and bring it up. And this one is also in sets of 10. So this will be the third one that I've done. 4. And this is going to be my last one, 5. Just to give you an idea of how to do this. Bring the hand down, release it. With the good hand, push yourself up. Okay? And this is to ensure that you can still get not just this range of motion here, but also this range of motion. Okay? Because the shoulder, it has, you can get reflection and extension, you can get the internal and external rotation, you can abduct and get the internal and external rotation that way, and you can circumduction, which means you can flex, extend, and bring it forward and back, or abduct and adduct, and you can circle. So if you can do the up and down and side to side, the fifth one is going to automatically be in there. Because unlike the knee joint, it can only flex and extend. It can't go side to side unless it's at the hip joint, because when you're doing that, that's pivoting at the hip. The knee is not, it can't do that. Then you can swing it side to side, but it's swinging at the hip. It's not swinging at the knee. Anyhow, enough of the rambling. Okay, so that was some of the maintenance exercises. And those, I'm doing this video primarily for one of my clients. She wants and needs to do these exercises at home. Is having a difficult time finding the motivation, and so I told her I would do this video to help her out. So, hope you enjoy it.